Hello, and welcome back to the Live Label Free podcast, or if you are watching on YouTube, hello there. It is lovely to see you, and I am honestly so happy to be back on video now that I'm healthy and thriving, because if you've listened to my previous podcast episodes, you know that I was not doing too well this time of last year, but thanks to our beautiful friend Extreme Hunger, and more specifically mental hunger, my body is back in full functioning mode, and I can now show up as my best to help get your body into full functioning mode too. So speaking of, I am very excited for today's topic, and that is all about why mental hunger is physical hunger. And now, before you think, wait, what? That sounds like the biggest paradox I have ever heard in my life. Hear me out. This simple but mega powerful reframe of hunger will totally change the way you think about hunger, and thus make it so much easier to accept and embrace it.
Gotta put one foot in front of the other, and you'll be around the corner soon.
Welcome to Live Label Free, the podcast, where you'll learn to let go of limiting labels and embrace your unique brain. As my mom says so beautifully in her song,
Fear is a heavy load to carry.
which is why on this podcast, you'll learn the scientific links between neurodiversity and eating disorders, giving you a deeper understanding of how you can face your fears and become truly free. Together, you and me, we will keep putting
One foot in front of the other.
Before we get into the biology behind why mental hunger is actually just another form of physical hunger, let's talk about why honoring mental hunger is so difficult. For starters, it isn't that you actually find it difficult to honor mental hunger. It's what you believe it means to honor mental hunger that makes it difficult. What I mean here is that having mental hunger itself is not the problem. And this brings me to one of my favorite quotes, and that is, "A problem is only a problem when viewed as a problem." To give a tangible example here, completely unrelated to food or exercise, say I ordered a table online. I ordered a rectangular white kitchen table at IKEA. But instead of a white table being delivered, IKEA sent me a black table. Ugh, now I have a problem. But is it really a problem? I mean, it's just a different colored table. In fact, if I had originally ordered a black table, there wouldn't be a problem at all. So what's the reason for my problem if it isn't actually the table itself? It's that I believed I would get a white table but got a black one instead. Because the reality of the situation clashes with the belief I hold about the situation, my brain has translated the situation into a problematic one that can only be solved once I align the reality of the situation with my desired outcome. But now here's the kicker. What if I shifted my mindset to believe that a table is just a table, and in the end, the color doesn't really matter? Suddenly, my problem would be solved, and in fact, I'm now even super happy because I finally have a table. In that moment, nothing about the actual situation changed, yet I no longer feel conflicted. This is the power of shifting your mindset. You can literally turn the tables and turn a miserable situation into a wonderful one just by choosing to view the situation in a different light. So how does this all tie back to mental hunger? Well, it's the same idea. You've been conditioned to believe that mental hunger doesn't count and that mental hunger cannot be trusted. And because you hold these beliefs, honoring your mental hunger would create a perceived problem because it clashes with what you believe you should do. And the key word here is perceived. Just like in the table example, you only have a problem when you believe there should be a different outcome. If you accepted your mental hunger for what it is, just like any other bodily sensation, like having to go pee or getting cut and being like, oh, ow, I need a Band-Aid, you could honor your mental hunger and move on with your life. But how do we shift our mindset around mental hunger? Because I know that's a lot easier said than done. Well, here it comes. The simple reframe that will change the hunger, or should I say, change the mental hunger game. See what I did there? And that is, mental hunger is physical hunger. I mean, mental hunger occurs in the brain, and last time I checked, the brain is part of the physical body. I mean, just as you can feel physical pain in other parts of your body besides your hand, I mean, I can burn my hand, but I can also burn my elbow and my arm and my hair. That's all gonna hurt. I can feel physical pain in more places than just one. In the same vein, you can feel physical hunger in other places in your body besides your stomach. So why do you feel so guilty when you do feel hunger in your brain? Because you've been conditioned to believe that hunger occurring anywhere besides your stomach is wrong. But again, right, wrong, good, bad, should, shouldn't, these are all subjective labels that keep you trapped in a life of limitation and a life of fear as long as you enslave yourself to them. The only way to become truly free is to break free and stop being a slave. I mean, the very definition of not being free is slavery. At any given moment, you have the power to change the way you view a situation and to shift your mindset. And because shifting your mindset is at the very core of not only recovery from an eating disorder, but freedom of any kind, mindset work is at the very core of my course, Extremely Hungry to Completely Satisfied, and in my live one-on-one coaching programs. If you are interested in learning more super practical tips and reframes like the one you learned today, and ways to make intuitive eating effortless and even exciting and possible for your unique lifestyle, because I know that intuitive eating isn't always easy for neurodivergent individuals, people who lack interoceptive awareness, so you can learn all about how to make intuitive eating possible for you in your unique life by enrolling in my course or signing up for a one-on-one coaching call with me. You can find all the links to that in the description below, or you can just head over to livelabelfree.com and you can find all the information there. And if you want to support the show and receive a free copy of all of my books, including my recently published Nourishing Neurodiversity Cookbook, my upcoming memoir, Rainbow Girl, and my upcoming nonfiction book, How to Beat Extreme Hunger, you can become a Live Label Free patron by clicking the link in the description below, or by directly visiting the link livelabelfree.com/Patreon. So that's Patreon spelled Patreon. Thank you so much for watching or listening, and I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye-bye for now.
Just one foot in front of the other, and you'll see around the corner soon.
This podcast has been recorded by your host, Liv. This podcast has been edited by my wonderful friend Dharma, and the beautiful song One Foot in Front of the Other that you are now listening to was written and recorded by my beautiful mom, Louise Alexandra. I am so grateful for my team and everyone who supports Live Label Free. Together, we are always stronger.